Hey guys, what's going on? Kulprit here, and welcome to my Tactical Tuesday series, a series where I talk about some concepts and tactics and strategies that help me improve at the game. So I'd like to share them with you guys in hopes that it'll help you improve as well. Overall, that is the goal of my channel, to get better at gaming in general, but particularly first-person shooters, and what's turned into Battlefield 3, now into Battlefield 4. And I know a lot of you guys feel the same way and follow the same ideals and kind of philosophies that I do, so I like to share things when I find them that help me improve. And the main topic for today is going to be anticipate to dominate. And let me kind of talk on what exactly that means. And basically, it means to play more cautious in Battlefield 4. Battlefield 3, you could run around. You had a lot more chance to evade gunfights and evade damage and cheat death, basically. You don't have that opportunity, at least currently right now in Battlefield 4. Now, who knows? What I'm going to talk about today might totally change if they ever do fix the netcode or the one-hit kill bug that is out there. Obviously, things are going to get a little more friendly to the guy in the middle of a crosshair, but for right now, you have to play a lot more cautious. And playing cautious can sometimes lead to playing slowly, and people don't like this, including myself. I would like a faster-paced game. Now, I'm not calling for fast as in Call of Duty or a game like that, but just fast-paced action. I like to always be moving. It doesn't necessarily even, I guess fast is not the right term. I like to always be moving. I like to always be pushing. As I've said time and time again, I like to apply pressure on my enemies to make, in hopes of either A, I outplay them, or B, they make a mistake. It gives me two ways to win instead of just, always relying on my own skill. In Battlefield 4, the kind of game has changed. The tables kind of got a little reshuffled, and you have to think differently. And the best way I have found is to anticipate to dominate. And what I mean is, in a nutshell, basically, what it means is every time you approach a corner, every time you approach a blind spot or whatever, always anticipate there's a gunfight about to happen. If you go in with that mindset, you will never be surprised. And in Battlefield 4, being surprised means being dead. You don't really have the notifications that you're in trouble like you did in Battlefield 3 that enabled you to get away, that enable you to survive, that enable you to live to fight another minute. You have to always anticipate that I'm in trouble. Even if you're not, what's the harm there? If you go up to a corner and you anticipate that as I turn this corner, there's going to be a guy ADS right at me right there. Well, if there is a guy right there, you're going to have the drop on him. You're going to have the initiative. You're going to have a very, very good chance to win that fight, because just as I say, you don't get enough notification that you're in trouble, that you die too quickly, same goes for the people you're aiming at. So if you can have that little bit of initiative, if you can have that element of surprise, that will be literally a force multiplier for you, and it will carry you to win a lot of gunfights. But what are some of the drawbacks to this slower, more cautious approach? Basically, if you do go around that corner and there's nobody there, well, yeah, sure, you're going to get to your destination a little slower. You're not going to move as quickly. In your head, it might not be as fun, but you know what is fun? Winning. You know what is fun? Having a really good score at the end of the match. And what gives you good scores? Racking up kills, obviously. I'm not so concerned about KD, but it's not fun to die over and over again. It's not fun to lose out on a lot of those 50-50s. And the truth is, a lot of those 50-50 engagements were decided before you even pulled the trigger or your enemy pulled the trigger. And that all comes down to anticipation. It all comes down to being prepared. It all comes down to who had the initiative, who had the element of surprise. You have to do everything in your power to maintain that initiative. Because again, being surprised in Battlefield 4 means being dead. Now, personally, in Battlefield 3, I always like to rush, I always like to push, I always used to flank aggressively. I was always trying to find that epic back rage or just this thing where you could clear a doorway, clear a hallway from behind it, and wave your teammates in and lead them on to victory, that kind of thing. But in Battlefield 4, I find you get more engagements like that if you allow the game to come to you. Now let me be clear here. I'm not saying hide behind a counter and camp a room in Operation Locker or something like that. I'm saying just move from cover to cover, identify a power area, go in, clear it, hold it for a minute, hold it for 30 seconds. Just let the game come to you. If there's people en route to you, give them a chance to get there. If there's guys behind cover, give them a second to run out from behind that cover and expose themselves. You might not know they're there. If you give them a couple seconds, just hold the position, scan your surroundings, a lot of times you'll be amazed at how many cheap kills you're able to pick up, and then you're able to vacate the space that they were occupying, and that's how you should move across the map. Slowly, cautiously, tactically, strategically, all buzzwords, keywords, and power words that are going to lead you to much better scores, much better results, a higher win-loss, I almost guarantee that, and in the end, you're going to enjoy things a lot better. So remember, guys, don't just run around like a zombie, jumping around corners, bunny hopping, dolphin diving, whatever your thing is. Always anticipate there's a guy waiting for you around that corner. Anticipate to dominate. Don't be surprised, because you're going to be dead. Battlefield 4 is a little different. You got to play different. You got to adapt. All right, guys, it's helped me quite a big deal. I hope it'll help you. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any other little philosophies like this you find that work a lot better in Battlefield 4. Like always, guys, I appreciate the support. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.